Um, it, did the Prophet ﷺ celebrate his birthday during his lifetime? Then why should we do it now? Did the Sahabas celebrate the birthday of the Prophet ﷺ? Why should we do Miladun Nabi? So I just want to
very
add
important
that.
question. Inshallah, this will remove many misunderstandings. First of all, the question of celebration. Celebration is permissible and against Sunnah of Almighty Allah. More than 50% of Deen of Islam is based on celebrations. I'm giving you the concept of celebration. More than 50% of Deen of Islam, our Sha'air and Ibadat, they are celebrations. Let me start from very easy subject. Come to Hajj. The whole of Hajj is celebration. The whole of Hajj is celebration. There is a house known as Kaaba. You make 7 circles around it, a tawaf. Whether you read anything or not, it is not compulsorily required from Sharia. If you can't read anything even. So what kind of ibadah is this? The Allah who has already disconnected you with stones. The stones were thrown away from Deen. He is asking you to have 7 circles against the house built with stones. What is this? This is celebration of the practice of Sayyidina Adam and Ibrahim alayhi salam. You did this. You take your dress off. What is this kind of worship? Why necessarily? Why Allah requires you to change your dress and become naked head and put 2 chadars on your body? Why? What is the requirement of Allah? Is it any requirement of Allah? This is celebration of the dress of Sayyidina Ibrahim. You go on the 9th of Arafah in Arafat. That is your Hajj. You are not necessarily required to perform any prayer. If there is no khutbah, if there is no nafl, no prayer, for example, extra other than the 5 times prayer. You have to be present there on 9th of Arafah, in that place. Just your presence on that specific place is Hajj. Why there? And not in Brampton. You go to Makkah. Why don't you want to prefer, I will stay on 9th of Arafah in the Haram of Kaaba? Haram of Kaaba is lesser than Arafat? You prefer, I will stay in Haram of Kaaba. You are not performing Hajj. For Hajj you have to be in Arafah. Why? This is celebration of meeting of Hazrat Adam and Hawwa radiyallahu ta'ala. They met on this day at this place. They are meeting when they were separated, when they were coming down. So since this was a meeting place, the whole Ummah till the day of judgment is celebrating their meeting. Nothing else. Then you come in Mina, you take pebbles, and for 3 days you hit the shaitan stone. Is there shaitan present today? Is shaitan coming there to see, don't do this, run away from here, as he did for Sayyidina Ismail alayhi salam? No, nothing. Neither shaitan is there, nor you are in danger. Why? These are the pillars of stones. Why you are hitting and throwing the pebbles to that? This is just a celebration of the act of Sayyidina Ismail. Then you do sacrifice. What is sacrifice on that day? You want to know, I will do 1 day earlier. If you do the same sacrifice on 9th of Zilhijjah in Arafat, would that sacrifice be accepted? No. Sacrifice same animal for Almighty Allah, the same person. Why is not accepted? And why just on that specific day? Because you are celebrating the act of Ibrahim and Ismail alayhi salam. Oh Raj. Then you come to Kaaba and you start running between 2 mountains, Safa and Marwa. Is this any worship? If you can read anything, you may recite. If you don't know anything, you just remain silent. And when 2 specific pillars come, the green pillars, then you start running. You walk between Safa and Marwa, and when a specific place comes, in both sides, you start running. This jogging and running, this is you are doing jogging. Is this a worship? Jogging is a worship. In Allah's house, jogging and running, apparently it against adab. But this is ibadah. Why you are celebrating the act of Sayyidah Hajara? Why did she run? Because her kid Sayyidina Ismail Islam was thirsty. Tell me any sense, common sense. Is there any answer of intelligence, of common sense, of reason? So what is Hajj? Just combination of lot many celebrations. This is Islam's stance. Leaving everything away, come to 5 times pray. Have you ever thought what is the Salawatul Khamsa? All 5 times prayers are celebrations. All these prayers are 5 times celebrations. People don't know the reality of the Ahkam and Sha'air. Fajr prayer. Why Fajr prayer is 2 rak'ah? Why is there any symmetry or reasoning? Yes. The Fajr 2 rak'ah of the Fajr celebrate, this is a celebration of the 2 rak'ah of Sayyidina Adam al-Islam's. When his tawbah was accepted, he stood up and prayed 2 cycles of prayer for Allah. So Almighty Allah said, your 2 rak'ah for my thankfulness, I will ask the last ummah of my beloved Prophet, they will celebrate your prayer till the day of judgment. So we are celebrating this day, Sayyidina Adam al-Islam's 2 rak'ah. Then 4 rak'ah of Zuhr. When Nuh al-Islam was saved from the Tufan, from that big event and flood, and he came at the mountain of Judi, stopped. He prayed 4 rak'ah for thankfulness, gratitude. Almighty Allah asked us, celebrate my Nuh's prayer of 4 cycles. Then Sayyidina Ibrahim and Ismail, he prayed 4 rak'ah when the sacrificial animal was provided to them. So it is being celebrated by the Ummah of Holy Prophet, the 4 rak'ah of Asr. This was Asr time, when Sayyidina Ibrahim and Ismail slaughtered the animal. Then Maghrib, 3 rak'ah of Fard. Where this 3 rak'ah came, neither 2 nor 4, neither 2 nor 4, where this 3 came out, Sayyidina Ayyub al-Islam, he remained seriously ill for 18 years or 24 years. And when he was cured, he was very weak. He stood up to pray in Allah's gratitude and Allah's thankfulness. And he intended to pray 4 cycles because there were no concept of odd numbers. Odd numbers. He wanted to pray 4 rak'ah. But he was so weak, when he finished 3, he couldn't stand up for 4th. He left the 4th, he sat down and he did salam. Almighty Allah said, although he did because of his weakness, now this was the time when he prayed. Now whole Ummah will celebrate his 3 cycles. And the Isha prayer, this is celebration of Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam sunnah. This is Holy Prophet. Our prayer is celebration. Coming to whether Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam himself celebrated his birthday? Yes. This comes in hadith of Sunan Bayhaqi, that Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam at that proper day, once he slaughtered 2 animals, called the people, made food, and distributed the food. That was a party, that he arranged a dinner for the people. And this hadith is never refuted, accepted by scholars, because they have derived the legal arguments from that. Then Imam Jalaluddin Suyuti replies, then what was this celebration that day? He says categorically, this was celebration of his Mawlid, birthday, to make sunnah for his ummah. Please write down the reference. I am quoting Imam Jalaluddin Suyuti, Hasanul Maqsid fi Amal al-Mawlid, page 63. And again Suyuti al-Habil al-Fatawa, and Imam Salihi Subul al-Huda, and Imam Zurkani, Sharhul Mawahib al-Dunya, and Ahmad and many other scholars. And he says Imam Ibn Hajar Asqalani was asked, Imam Hafiz Ibn Hajar, As-Su'ila Shaykh al-Islam, Hafiz al-Asr Abu al-Fazl Ibn Hajar Asqalani, an Amal al-Mawlid. Hafiz Ibn Hajar Asqalani was asked, what do you say about celebration of Mawlid? Imam Suyuti is quoting. He said, Imam Al-Hafiz Ibn Hajar Asqalani, the Shari of Al-Bukhari, the great muhaddis of the Ummah, he said, Kad Zahar Ali Takhrijuha ala Aslim Sabitin. The celebration of Mawlid is, according to me, established through a prophetic hadith sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam.